good day. Bruce Marziani here with Keller Williams Realty Group. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to do sort of an introductory video. I recently changed brokerages and I became a Keller Williams agent. And I wanted to talk about why Keller Williams, like what are some of the things that I like about it. First and foremost, I really like their slogan. So Keller Williams being a very large real estate company, we'll actually get to that in a few minutes, just specifically speaking how large they are. But Keller Williams being a very large real estate company, they have a lot of slogans, but one that I kind of grabbed onto was the concept of God, family, and business, sort of the prioritization of what we focus on as real estate agents with Keller Williams and Keller Williams overall as a company. I thought it was pretty cool. Being somewhat of a religious guy, sometimes we lose God in our day-to-day daily affairs. So for Keller Williams to just sort of step up and say that God is a priority, top priority in our business, I think that was just sort of a neat thing, an atypical thing that I don't see every day in business. Of course, being a family guy myself, I care about that and certainly care about my income level. So God, family, business, kind of a cool thing, in my opinion, that Keller Williams is laying out there. So I grasped onto that one. You'll notice I'm wearing a lot of red today. This is my Red Day Keller Williams t-shirt. So although I've only been with the company just roughly about a month now, but I was invited on the Red Day, which is an annual day where we do stuff out in the community, productive things. Red, I thought initially, red came from sort of the black and red corporate colors that we have. There's sort of the more common Keller Williams colors, but that's not it. Red, R.E.D, is an acronym for Renew, Energize, and Donate. Renew, Energize, and Donate. And that's what we do on Red Day. We do stuff in the community. So last year, I wasn't a part of the team last year, but they did Feed Westchester, which is sort of a local organization that they took part in, which fed the hungry. So, kind of a cool community thing that they did. This year, which I was a part of, we went to a local park. We went to Croton Park and picked up garbage, cleaned up the park, made it look nice. It's actually a very, very beautiful park. For those of you that live close by, definitely check it out. But we picked up garbage and helped out the environment, which is a cool thing to do. So I've been a part of a handful of brokerages that do stuff in the community. It's not necessarily completely uncommon, but it's not necessarily an everyday thing where I'm part of a real estate team that physically goes out into the community and physically does something to implement change. So like I've been a member of many brokerages where like we donate money or we donate toys at holiday time or donate clothes or like something like which all those things are cool things too. Not anything wrong with it, but this is sort of the first time that I can remember right off the top of my head where I actually went out into the community with the brokerage and hands-on physically did things to make a positive difference. So, some other cool stuff about Keller Williams. Another thing that I really, really like, they have training literally every day. So there is a Keller Williams monthly calendar, and every single day is laid out a month in advance. You know the exact topic that's going to be discussed that day. So, if it's a topic that you're really, really interested in, I just make something up off the top of my head, working with first-time buyers. That could be like a topic for them to discuss, or them talking about some sort of technology that they're implementing at the office. That could be a topic that maybe you would be interested in. That'll be laid out on the calendar with the date and time. You have plenty of time to prepare. If you can be there in person, great. If you can't be there in person, you can zoom in with Zoom, right? There's a link for every training. You can watch it live. And what's also really cool is that if you can't be there in person and you can't be there on Zoom, you're busy doing other things, maybe you have a showing or something personal going on, all of the trainings are recorded and placed on a company drive where you can log in later and watch the training. So if you're a new agent This is really, really awesome because you get plenty of training and plenty of training opportunities, daily opportunities, as a matter of fact. Or if you're just an agent that is going through some change right now, a little bit of transition in your business, this is a really cool thing because you have plenty of opportunities to sort of learn about the company and get all the training under your belt that you need to get yourself moving in the right direction. I also like something else about the training that I really haven't seen at a lot of other companies. I like that it's a myriad of trainers. So sometimes it's the broker owner. Sometimes it is like a team leader. Sometimes it is the managing partner doing the training. Sometimes it's other top performing agents at the office doing the training. I think it's really, really cool because you can learn a lot from your peers. Certainly you can learn a lot from brokers and people that have been in the business a long, long time. But sometimes just people that are working out in the field every day doing the same job as you can provide some really, really awesome and helpful and useful and invaluable advice and tips. So training every single day. The topic of the training is announced ahead of time. Like sometimes there's announced trainings at other brokerages, but they don't necessarily give you a heads up on what it's going to be about. So you don't necessarily know if you're going to benefit greatly from it or not. Keller Williams, full disclosure up front. So all that, the training is really, really cool. And the way that they structure it is really, really cool, in my view. So I want to talk a little bit about the culture too. So the culture, I talked a little bit about it with God Family Business, but to go a little further here, what I like about the culture, it is sort of a mid-sized brokerage, the one that I work at. There's over 100 agents, it's 2 offices, but it feels a little bit like a small office. It's a larger, a mid-sized brokerage behaving sort of like a mid-sized office, I should say. The brokerage is very large overall internationally, but it's a mid-sized office behaving like a smaller office. And what I mean by that is you can go up to almost anybody at the office, whether they're a trainer, whether they're an executive level employee, a broker, or another agent, whether you know them by name or not. You can go up to them, you can ask questions, you can talk to them, you can interact with them. It's a very, very friendly and open and transparent office environment. It's very vocal, it's very verbal. It seems to be very upbeat. The agents seem to be very, very happy. It's a really, really comfortable environment and an interactive environment. You can learn through osmosis if you want, just sort of listening to what people are talking about. Or if you're a guy like me that is very upfront and enjoys conversation, you can break bread with people and initiate conversation. And it's just a comfortable setting that I really haven't seen at many other offices. Some offices are very, very quiet. Some are interactive. I mean, I did have one that I'm thinking of that was really, really enjoyable that I worked at, but many of them are very, very quiet. If you want some training or if you have to ask some questions or got to get some points clarified, you kind of have to schedule stuff. And the scheduling might not happen for a few days or even a week or more if the person that's supposed to answer the questions is not available. Keller Williams is not like that. There's a lot of formality in that we're very professional, but I haven't found that there's a lot of formality, like if I have a question or a problem or something that I need to take up with somebody, I just walk right up to them and talk to them about it. Very, very informal in that regard. And that is an office structure that I really have an appreciation for, that I have not necessarily found very much so in other places. Now let's talk about the size. So I've worked for several brokerages in my lifetime. The first one that I worked at, I won't mention any names, but the first one that I worked at was, at one point in time, the largest residential brokerage in the entire world. It was advertised, it was true. No question about it. They had the most offices, the most agents, whatever have you. I then worked at another office that claimed the same thing and put it in all of their advertisements, and it was in all of the listing presentations and I guess buyer presentations. It was in all of our paperwork, whatever have you. I'm not quite sure how two offices can both claim to be the largest brokerage in the world, but they did. I then worked for another one that claimed to be the largest family-owned brokerage in the entire world, and again, that went into all their advertising. And I briefly worked for one that didn't necessarily claim to be the largest, but they claimed to have the highest sales volume of any brokerage in the markets that they serviced. So a lot of these things that were sort of force-fed to the agents in some regards, some of it was true, and maybe at one point in time all of it was true. I don't know. Again, I can't understand how two brokerages can both claim to be the largest simultaneously, but they did. What's really cool about Keller Williams, they are now, interestingly enough, claiming to be the largest residential brokerage period, like in the world, right? And so I started to scratch my head, and I thought about this, like, what does that mean? Like I've worked at several brokerages, they all claim to be the largest. Now Keller Williams is doing the same thing. So this time I really sat down and I looked into it. I didn't want to continue to advertise something if I really wasn't sure of it, but you can go on Google, go into your Google machine, pull it up, run a search, who is the largest residential brokerage, and period. You'll see on all the Google results, number one is Keller Williams. It truly is. And so I don't know if some of these other companies are just simply wrong. I don't know if maybe largest is measured in different metrics, like maybe some of them claim they're the largest because they have the most number of agents. Maybe some of them claim they're the largest because they have the most offices. Maybe some of them claim to be the largest because they have offices in the most number of countries. Maybe some of them claim to be the largest because, according to them, they have the highest sales volume. I don't know, specifically speaking, what all these other companies would consider to be specifically what makes them the largest, but Keller Williams is the largest. Look it up on Google, check it out. So we are the largest company with, hypothetically, in theory anyway, the largest outreach. So I thought that was really cool for me, that I have this marketing and brand recognition, arguably the most recognizable brand in the entire universe, and if that's not true, it's certainly up there. So with being the largest brokerage, with a lot of marketing and a lot of branding, come a lot of helpful tools. So I myself don't find myself to be a highly advanced guy in terms of loving everything about technology. I would like to do a little bit more technology in my business. I really would. I'm bogged down with other elements of my business, and I'd like to make some more time for technology, and I'd like to learn more about technology. I certainly think that it can help just about anybody in their business. We live in a technology age. But me, myself, just my personality type, I'm not in love with technology. It's not something that gets me jumping for joy. Keller Williams, however, is a very technologically advanced company. And so the fact that the company is extremely technologically advanced works in my favor, and if I fall a little bit behind at any point in time with the technology, I have these great training opportunities with this great training staff. We talked about the training a little earlier, whereby I can learn the technology if needed. So we got the largest company in the world with the most marketing, arguably the best brand recognition, and arguably the best opportunity to learn all of the technology that I need to learn in order to be a successful agent. Just to give you a heads up on like one thing that we do, which is unique to us and proprietary to our brokerage, we have a C.R.M. called Command. lots of brokerages have CRMs. The fact that we have our own CRM is not necessarily atypical in any way. Some agents purchase CRM, some agents adopt a CRM from their brokerage, some agents sort of construct their own level of organization to sort of handle their own leads, to sort of make up their own CRM. Keller Williams has a CRM, it's called Command, and it's pretty cool. Some research has been done on it, which suggests that if you can actively work 201 contacts, 201 was the statistical number that they came up with after doing all of their mathematical analyses. 201 contacts, then your expectation is that you should be able to make over $100,000 every year, which is cool. For folks that are already making well over $100,000 that don't need a CRM and they're just sort of working by referral or working off of past leads or repeat leads or whatever have you, great. You don't need a CRM. You're still making $100,000 a year or more. Congratulations to you. But for guys like me that are in transition, that are changing brokerages, that are sort of starting over, I do have repeat referrals. I do have referrals. I do have leads that I can reach out to. I do have past clientele that I can reach out to. When I say I'm changing brokerages and I'm in transition, I'm not saying I'm completely starting from scratch, but nonetheless going to a new office, starting over in certain regards. To have this Command CRM and to make myself part of the 201 club with more than 201 contacts that I can navigate through and utilize the CRM for all of its worth, that's really, really helpful for me. It helps me to keep things organized. It helps me to keep on top of the contacts and reach out to them on specific dates, be that calls, texting them, emailing them, mailings, outreaches, whatever it may have you. There's many different ways to interact through the Command app. You can use the app on your phone to keep updated on your leads. You can use it on your desktop to keep updated with your leads. Again, there are many different ways to skin a cat here. You don't absolutely need the Command. For those that are doing very, very well in business, great. But for me, this was very, very helpful to sort of get things organized as I transition into a new brokerage. So there are many, 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 many technological tools offered at Keller Williams. I'm just hitting one of the key points with the Command app, the Command CRM. So anyway, here I am, Bruce Marziani at Keller Williams. I serve the greater Westchester market, the greater Bronx market, a little bit of the other 5 boroughs, a little bit of Rockland, Putnam, Dutchess. If you're interested in buying or selling or renting real estate in any of those areas, give me a call. Even if you're looking in other areas, right? Because of our outreach and because of our brand recognition and the size of our company, we have agents just about everywhere on the planet. So I can easily find you a top pre-selected agent through referral in whatever market you're interested in looking in. So even if you're looking out of state, but you saw this video and you like me, you want to give me a call, cool, no problem, give me a call, and I'll be happy to refer you to an agent in your market of choice. So without any further ado, I think that's it. Thanks so much for sitting with me. I hope you are having a great day. Today is Saturday for me, so if you're seeing this one fairly well live, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye. Thanks for having me.